Hello and welcome to Soul Steps. I'm David Gallagher. Abraham Lincoln, back in the mid-19th century when he was practicing law, had a younger man come to him who wanted to file a lawsuit against a widowed mother who had 6 children, still relatively young children. And Abraham Lincoln offered this younger man some advice. And he said this: "Yes, we can doubtless gain your case for you. We can set a whole neighborhood at loggerheads. We can distress a widowed mother and her 6 fatherless children, and thereby get for you $600 to which you seem to have a legal claim, but which rightfully belongs, it appears to me, as much to the woman and her children as it does to you. You must remember, however, that some things legally right are not morally right. We shall not take your case, but we will give you a little advice for which we will charge you nothing. You seem to be a sprightly, energetic man. We would advise you to try your hand at making $600 in some other way." Many people look for ways to make some kind of gain, but not always is it in the highest and best possible way morally, and often not ethically either. I was recently made aware of 2 brothers who, during the middle of their lives, decided to make an investment into some property together. What I was told is that they each put in 50% of the total investment. They were equal partners. And the property was comprised of 3 building lots. Well, what ended up happening is the older brother wanted the 2 more prime pieces of property, 2 adjoining lots, to be his for his home. And he decided on his own to relegate the 3rd lot, which turned out to be unbuildable, to his younger brother. And he wasn't even going to make it right financially or on a percentage basis, an equal footing, as it were. And that caused them to get into it as brothers. Finally, after the younger brother threatened to put a trailer on the unbuildable piece of property next to what was going to be this older brother's beautiful home, the older brother finally gave him some financial consideration, but only after being severely pressed to do so. The younger brother felt, as I learned later, that his brother still owed him between $100,000 and $200,000 through it all. Well, the brothers never reconciled after that situation, and recently the older brother died. When the younger brother was informed that his older brother had died, to whom he'd been estranged from for years, there was no emotion. There was no real emotional reaction whatsoever. The younger brother could honestly care less that his older brother had died. Such a tragedy that is all too often repeated in family relationships everywhere. The scripture says in the Old Testament, in Leviticus, and Leviticus is full of laws for God's people, the Jews. But Leviticus 25:14 says, if you sell land to any of your own people or buy land from them, do not take advantage of each other. Leviticus 25, same chapter, verse 17 says, do not take advantage of each other, but fear your God. I am the Lord your God. And when the scripture says to fear God or fear the Lord, it means to honor and respect God, and to do so mixing it with a profound sense of love and awe at who He is. But God clearly says, out of your honor and respect for your God, don't take advantage of each other. And then shifting to the New Testament, to the new covenant through Jesus, Acts chapter 20, verse 35, talks about how hard Paul worked with his own hands, not coveting anybody else's gold or silver or fine clothing, but working hard for whatever he had. And then Paul reminding his readers and those who would listen to the word one day here, reminding them that Jesus himself said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. We are always tempted as human beings to want to grab financial gain. There's constantly temptation to try to gain the upper hand financially or materially. There's always the temptation to want to try and take advantage of someone else for your own personal gain. I just want to encourage you today that immoral, unethical grabs to get stuff and to take advantage results in moral bankruptcy. It results in, when the day comes that you leave this world, people are not grieved or saddened by your departure. And how sad is that? Today, if you have taken advantage of anyone, if you have grabbed something that really wasn't yours, if you've tried to take an unequal share of the profits, part of which rightfully belonged to someone else, make it right. Do an about face and turn from that bad, greedy, covetous behavior, and try to gain hold of Jesus' words that it is more blessed to give than to receive. But make it right while you can. Determine that when the day comes and you leave this earth, that people will actually be saddened because they loved you that much and respected who you were and how you conducted your business. Thanks for watching today. Remember us in your prayers. We're so grateful that you tune in and watch. And if you'd like to reach us, you can write us at hello@soulsteps.org. We'd love to hear from you. God bless.